Okay, in today's show, we're going to talk about the penny drop moment. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. And if you are coming through, please do let me know either by dropping a like or dropping a comment. Let me know. And if this relates to you. How you doing? Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed the heat wave and, unlike me, melting in the evening with 100 fans blowing in your face. Listen, so when I talk about a scenario, I want you to imagine a guy, maybe you, at say 47 years old, 52 years old, whatever the age is going to be. And I want you to imagine that you've worked for a corporate company, or any type of company, in fact, as it goes, for the last 20 years. And I want you to imagine how much time and energy that you dedicate to that job. The time that you give it, the energy, the sacrifices that have been made along the way in terms of poor work-life balance, in terms of poor health, in terms of poor personal development. You've kind of been obligated to follow this one route, and this one route, okay, is work. It's a complete imbalance of the way that you're living your life. Everything is predicated on work, results, targets. Now I want you to imagine that you have turned that 47 or that 52 or that 53, and I want you to imagine you've just been made redundant. And the way that the world is going right now is quite realistic to expect that. So if you imagine that's happening and you get made redundant and you've just given 20 years of your life to a company and you've sacrificed some health along the way, maybe relationships have been damaged and broken, what do you do and where do you go from there? Well, I want you to imagine that was the end point. So I'm talking about the end point now. And I want you to reverse engineer that to where you are today and what you can do to ensure that if you ever were made redundant, if anything ever did happen, that you hadn't sacrificed everything for that job, for that moment, for that result, for the obligation. And that could be the worst case scenario. It's happened to many a guy that I've worked with to completely sacrifice time and energy. Some have ended up divorced. Some have massively ill health in terms of blood pressure, in terms of cholesterol, in terms of putting on weight. But how can we improve the way that we're living life so that we don't end up in that scenario? And I think one of the key things that we have to look at is balance. Now, whether you follow me or you don't, or you're new to this, there are 4 pillars that we have to balance our time and our energy across, right? For me, that is your health, that is your personal development, that is your relationships, and that is your business/career, okay? We have to try and find some level of balance across the board, right? So that you don't end up as that 47, 52-year-old guy who's just been made redundant, who's just retired and has sacrificed everything for the job that's not even his business. For a corporate job working for someone else, you sacrificed all those things. So we have to put into perspective other elements of our life, managing our relationships, managing our health, managing your personal development, managing your business and life. And that doesn't come just overnight. That's something that you have to relearn. That's part of your personal development, ironically, and improving the way that you're doing things so that you don't end up as that end result that I spoke about. So one of the first things you need to do is be more aware of it. So I think me just even talking about this, which is one of the purposes and reasons that I chose this subject, is to raise the awareness of it. The second thing is to do something about it. Okay, time management, personal management, more self-awareness are 3 factors that I feel that are completely missing in terms of people's personal development. Understanding how you're using your time and your energy, understanding how you're moving your day around, understanding where the cut-offs are, where the rules are, where the work-life balance is, so that you are completely focused, okay, on getting the work-life balance, all right? Digby, come here. So what I want you to do from here, I'm going to almost give you a task, all right? There's a couple of things. Number one, I want you to do a self-audit on yourself. So I want you to score yourself out of 10 over the last 6 months, okay? Over what's been happening in your life over the last 6 months, okay? It might be slightly unrealistic because of COVID, but if you have to go back another 6 months, then do that. and score yourself out of 10 on each of those pillars: health, relationships, personal development, and your career. Where are you spending most of your time? Where are your obligations? Where's your energy going? Where's your time going? And once you've done that, I want you to then score again tomorrow. I want you to think about it throughout the day. And I don't want you to falsify this. I don't want you to think it's better than it is. You've got to face the cold, hard truth. And the facts of the matter are where you are right now, where are your obligations, where is your time and energy going? Digby here. Then what I want you to do is look at those scores and start asking yourself, where are the improvements? Where are the points that you can improve? Can you get up earlier in the morning? Can you create a better routine? Digby here. Can you ensure there's a cut-off to get back from work? Okay, so there's lots of elements here. I can't do that in this one post here. This is something I do with the guys on a 28-day program. This is how we create routine management, time management, personal management, structure. This is something that you have to slowly start developing, but you have to understand the self-awareness first before you go ahead and start changing that, okay? Don't be the 47-year-old, 52-year-old, 57-year-old guy who gets made redundant and has sacrificed everything in his life for a company that's not even his company. There has to be balance. If you're going to live a fulfilling life, if you're going to want to be happier in your life, if you want to feel like there's progress, if you want to feel like there's less depression or less need for alcohol or less need to be negative or in that rut, then there's got to be balance. The first thing you have to do is realize that. So go away, follow those tasks, get this self-audit done, do your self-audit again tomorrow, start looking at the key components of your day or of your life that you need to sharpen up on. And I'll probably, one of the first things that I would look at is your time management, your personal management, and start looking at where the opportunities are for you to focus more on health, focus more on family, okay? And then go from there and grow. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I'd love to know what you think about it. Just drop some feedback in the comments. Let me know if that does help, if that does resonate. And it'd be good to hear from it in the community. All right, guys, have a great day. See you soon.